I was too elated at the entire situation and the prospects it held. We entered, and I put myself in the corner so I had a view of the door and the people coming in. From the moment I entered, I began to see little white shapes dance across my vision. No biggie. I had seen similar shapes in dark rooms as a child. Nothing new there. Something to do with my eyes adjusting to the light, no doubt. However, just under a minute of me being in this corner, I noticed as I was watching people file into the room, I started seeing their after images follow behind them. Not anything like a little blur that covered the next people coming in to make that effect. I kept seeing the same person enter over and over again, like a haze. And it was happening for everyone. For instance, guy number 1 is super buff and short. After he enters the first time, I would see the exact same shape follow closely behind. Girl number 2, who's super tall and lanky, would enter for the first time, and I would see her shape follow closely behind and enter the room over and over again, and it wouldn't stop. I think there's a term for this experience actually, and in those stories, the visual effect follows the person. These kept going. I started to think my eyes were playing tricks on me due to the light, and I wiped my eyes to get rid of it. Nope, kept happening. I began to feel light, like I was floating, and light as a feather. I could no longer feel the floor beneath me, or anything for that matter. I don't imagine it as being lifted. It was suddenly like all sense just disappeared except sight. Nothing around me. Like I was there, but I wasn't, and even that doesn't describe it. It almost felt like I was being held off the ground in suspension, but there was no weight pulling me down. I felt like I weighed nothing at all, and I remember envisioning a feather in the center of my chest. I felt what can only be described as my head falling backwards and my eyes closing, but I could see perfectly, and there was no concept of shape. I remember having to fight to regain control over my body again, and when I looked up, the hazes were still happening. Same guy number 1 entering the room over and over again. Same girl number 1 entering the room over and over again. And I remember feeling a sense of danger and knowing I needed to leave.